we often have reunions on Thrill of a Lifetime. Some happen here in our studio audience, and others, more complicated to pull off, occur on location.
But we've never had a reunion like the one you're about to see. Annie Gardner was born in Dundee, Scotland, a century ago in 1886. As a teenager, she worked as a domestic at Glamis Castle, the home of the Queen Mother. And when Annie turned 100 last March, the Queen Mother sent her a letter of congratulations.
But that letter went to McAdam, New Brunswick, where Annie Gardner has lived since the 20s. Annie and her husband had no children, but when we heard that she had a favorite niece, Sissy West, back in her native Dundee, Scotland, whom she hadn't seen for over 60 years, we just had to bring these two women together.
Especially when we heard from the activity coordinator of the rest home, Florence Farrell, who noted that Annie Gardner was most thrilled at her 100th birthday by the flowers she received from her distant niece. Get out your handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
McAdam, New Brunswick is an old railway town, about 170 miles northwest of St. John. The train station is one of McAdam's most beloved sights, and Annie Gardner is one of the town's favorite residents. She came here from Scotland 60 years ago. Recently, she celebrated a special day in the nursing home with Florence Farrell and the rest of her friends.
Annie had her 100th birthday on March the 17th. Very special occasion. Lots of friends and relatives.
All that was missing was Sissy, Annie's favorite niece back home in Dundee, Scotland.
Remember your birthday party?
Yeah.
Yes. Remember the flowers from Sissy?
Yeah.
The flowers. Very pretty. Very pretty.
I'm sure when they get going...
Annie doesn't know it yet, but this thrill has already made the news on television over in Scotland.
Now, a 70-year-old Dundee pensioner is being flown to Canada next week for a reunion with her aunt, who's just celebrated her 100th birthday in New Brunswick and who emigrated from the city 60 years ago. A Canadian television company has arranged the trip for their program called Thrill of a Lifetime.
The neighbours in Kilspindy Road must have thought that Mrs. Sis West had won the pools today when they saw her and her daughter Anne being ushered into a chauffeur-driven car.
Sissy didn't win the pools, but she did get a call from Thrill of a Lifetime to arrange a surprise visit with her aunt in Canada. On the way, she stopped at Glamis Castle for a bundle of gifts and good wishes from the Lord Provost and everyone at home. It's a big day in McAdam with Sissy in town, and she's getting the grand tour of her aunt's old haunts. She's with Walter McGillicuddy, who's known Annie since he became her chore boy at 6 years old. Eleanor DeWitt Mason is Annie's best friend.
And of course, I used to run across here, and this is Mrs. Gardner's residence here.
That's terrific. I never thought it would be like that. Really, I couldn't imagine it like that. It's just lovely, isn't it?
Yes.
Beautiful.
But to tell you about Mrs. Gardner, in all my years that I've known her, she never once ever, as I might say, get mad or something like this, you know. No, I never even heard her ever raise her voice.
No.
She's a marvelous lady. But sometimes on Saturday might be in a bit of a hurry or something, and I'd be kind of hurrying along, filling the wood box, and she'd come up with the hands like this, but only for a second, Gee, she was a wonderful lady. Kindest lady I think I ever knew.
Annie talked about the two of us going to Scotland, but I was poor and I was getting more education, and Annie didn't have any more, so we never get it in. And then when the war came, I joined up and joined the Air Force, and Annie kept me in soap all during my service. So I think that she was pretty good, and it was expensive soap, too.
I see McAdam so often on letters. It's lovely. It's nice. And it's good to know this is where she lived and was happy. Though she lived here, Scotland was her home. I don't know why she never came back. I can't realise why she didn't, because she really was a Dundee person, Maybe she couldn't afford it, I don't know. But she certainly has been very comfortable here. Lovely, lovely friends. Everybody's nice. She's lucky.
Can you tell me something about Sissy? Sissy.
It's been a long time.
It's been 63 years, in fact, and in a moment, nearly 2/3 of a century apart will end.
Sissy, as the Mayor of McAdam, we're here at Waucklahagan Manor, and this is where your aunt is going to meet you for the first time in, what, 63 years?
That's right, yes.
Are you excited?
Very much so, yes.
Let's go in and see her. Okay.
Good.
Back home in Dundee?
Yeah.
Sissy, over in Dundee? Yes. You haven't seen her for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Well, Sissy, you were only 10 years old the last time you saw your auntie. What do you think now?
I look like her. I do. I do.
Annie's eyesight and hearing aren't what they used to be. So her friend Florence Farrell is sitting in to help out and tell Annie about her special visitor.
Annie? Annie? We have some special company for you. Right from Dundee.
Yeah.
Sissy is here.
Yeah, good.
She's right here beside me. Annie, she's right here beside me, clear from Dundee.
Sissy's brogue is a sweet sound to Annie's ears, and it takes her a long way back.
Auntie,
Thank you.
I'm sure she's like me, isn't she? And we like each other. We are. This is lovely. Is it nice to have me here?
Yeah.
From Dundee.
Yeah, good old Dundee.
You know, I don't think I will ever forget Annie Gardner's cry of good old Dundee.
And you know what? We've heard since that Annie's spirits were really lifted during the 2-week visit, clearly a response to Sissy's brogue.
And speaking of brogues, I'll have you know that my family is from Scotland, Mr. Paulson.
No, really?
Yeah, from Helmsdale to be exact. And I had a Scottish grandmother who was not unlike the very strong-willed Annie Gardner.
Lucky for you. And lucky for us. And one more touching fact. When Annie was told later that her beloved niece Sissy had returned to Scotland, she declared, "Oh, Dundee, and I wish I was there with her."
And we wish you'll be back here with us right after this.
Features cars by Chrysler, like the Reliant.